get ready with me whilst I tell you some really funny but traumatic experiences I had when I was at school and being a social media girl. Starting off, I think this is one that a lot of people always get shocked about because they're like, no way people asked you this. But teachers used to always ask me like, oh, how much do you earn a year? And like all these really, really personal questions about like my money. And like I just always used to think I would never ask a teacher how much they earn, so why are they asking me? A lot of people always expected, like because I had a following on social media, that a lot of people wanted to be my friend. But I'd say it was the complete opposite. People was kind of like, I don't even know what it was, but people was just so weird with me and like just was rude all the time. Be like, oh, she's a TikTok girl, like she's so prestige. But none of them would even speak to me. Like I made some really good friends in younger years and my years, but everyone else just had such an opinion when they didn't know me, which is one thing I find with social media, and a lot of my friends had the same issues growing up on social media. It's really annoying. I think one of the most funny, memorable things is the rumours people used to make about me, which was so far from the truth. And it used to literally make me giggle so much because I'd be like, that's just not true. Like, basically, some girls was throwing balls at the back of my head in PE. And I felt really dizzy, so I went to the medical woman and then they made me, like, tell them what happened. Because I was like, I don't really care, but I had to tell medical what happened. And then medical told pastoral, which is, like, the people that, like, try to sort out problems. And I remember I was like, oh, this is just going to get me so much more problems. And then the whole of year 8 and 9, I had a rumour going around that apparently my parents paid the school to get me out of trouble. And my dog's sneezing like mad. Are you okay? But no, like, there was seriously a rumour going around that my parents owned part of the school. My parents paid the teachers not to get me in trouble. But in reality, they was all the ones that was being naughty and not me. That's why I just never got in trouble, because I was just the blooming victim of it all. But yeah, that was a very good rumour that went around. Everyone literally told everyone that my mum paid the school to get me out of trouble. Another thing was I was called Snobson because my last name's not actually Charlize, it's Hobson. And my whole school life, I was called Amelie Snobson because apparently I was a snob. In year 7, I had a red bag. So in year 7, most of the people used to call me Red Bag Girl because no one knew my name. If I ever had hate from anyone from school, like being horrible to me, and the school found out about it, the school would tell me to quit social media because that's the reason that I get hate. But, like, there would be kids that done dancing in my school that would get hate because they was, like, good at dancing. But they never got told to quit what they was passionate in doing. It was just because I done something different. If you want a part 2, let me know. I've got so much more.
Hey guys, get ready with me again because I cried off all my makeup because I thought I wasn't going to the beach, but then I am. Okay, so basically my dad was like, we're going to the, it's my best friend's birthday, so I'm going to the beach, and I can't go to the beach alone because my dad's strict. So he was like, wait till I get home so I can answer that, and I'm like, okay. So I'm waiting till he gets home. It's 2 o'clock, and I'm supposed to be at the beach, so I call him. Once he gets home, I talk to him. He starts telling me no. I go, no, I have my full face of makeup. I'm looking mad good. I'm all snatched up, and he tells me no. I can't talk too loud because he's downstairs, and if he hears that I'm making a TikTok about him, he's gonna be like, he's gonna tell me no again. But then I started crying and then punching walls and stuff, and then my mom said, let's go then. So I'm gonna go with my mom because she's a W. But I really don't understand why I have to go through all this just to go to the fucking beach. Like, shouldn't it be, Papi, can I go to the beach? Yes, I'm on my way. Okay, bye. Like, it should be that easy, but no, I have to cry, I have to punch walls, I have to do all this extra bullshit. Oh my gosh, my best friend just said to me, she was like, girl, where are you at? I'm like, I just told her how I just cried off all of my makeup off, and I have to, like, get ready again. Like, that's so fucked. I shouldn't have to go through this. I swear I shouldn't have to go through this. I don't know who I blame. I just want things to be okay. And I feel really bad for Leah because it's like, it's her birthday. Like, this shit, my little family problem should not have to come in the way of that. Like, I should be there fucking supporting her and being there. Okay, base is done. It's not as good as the last base, but it's okay, y'all. It's okay, y'all. I'm thinking of the positive, like how we're gonna be on the beach, and I'm gonna be with Aaliyah, and we about to be looking good as fuck, and then we about to go swimming, and then we about to do all that fun shit, and we about to look for the fine guys. Like, I'm about to find my soulmate, maybe. It's World War II, bitch, but 3 actually.
I saw a video of a girl asking if you've ever had a friend that just hated you, and I thought this was my time to shine. So I went through a lot of different like friend groups and best friends and stuff throughout my whole life, but I had one friend that I had for 7 years and one friend that I had for 4. And the friend I had for 7 years I started becoming friends with this other girl in high school, and I just introduced the 2 of them together, so then all 3 of us became a trio. And one weird thing about my school was that we didn't have, like, people weren't just, like, friends with just one other person. Like, there weren't a whole lot of that. It was a lot of big groups. So even though we weren't popular, everybody, like, knew of us because we were that weird group that, like, the weird trio. Like, I'm telling you, even teachers knew not to separate us because we were going to, like, back together. So fast forward to senior prom, we're going to call them Rachel and Ashley. Rachel and Ashley went to Ashley's house and decided that they were going to get ready together, and I got ready at my house. Now, this made sense because Ashley lived pretty far out, and I had a hair appointment in the middle of the day, so it didn't really make sense to drive all the way out there, drive back into town, drive back out there. I just got ready at my house. And if you've seen my prom pictures, you know I did Lady Gaga's Met Gala look for prom. Skipping blush and highlight because I'm doing that in a different video. So I finished my makeup, and I text a picture of it to Rachel. And she's like, oh, you need to take that off. You cannot wear that. That is embarrassing. Like, we do not want to be seen with that. And I'm just like, no, like, I spent 2 hours on it. I did not have time to take it off. I was like, no. And she was like, okay, well, then we're not going to come get you. Now, my parents had my car because one of their cars was in the shop. And I was like, you have to come get me or I can't get there. So begrudgingly, they come to my house and they pick me up. And then we meet all of our parents to go do pictures. Now, when we get there, they take one picture with me. Also, no, the whole drive over, they did not talk to me or acknowledge me. So they take one picture with me, then I get sprayed by a sprinkler and I get soaked. So now I'm crying. They do not care. They have better things to do. And then at this point, the parents are finding this weird because I'm being like completely overlooked, and that's never happened before. At least that they've seen. So all the parents are like, are you okay? What's going on? I'm like, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. So we finish pictures and say farewell to our parents. So then we go to dinner. It's the most awkward thing ever. No one talks to me. So I'm just like, okay, when I get to prom, I'll find other people. At prom, some other girls hang out with us, so it's fine. It doesn't feel too awkward. Then when we get in the car to leave, Ashley looks at Rachel and is like, hey, do you want to spend the night at my house? And Rachel's like, yeah, I'd love to. So Ashley goes, great. We'll drop Allie off and then we will go to my house. And that's exactly what happened.
Get ready with me to go to my dad's house. I literally rather do anything and everything than go to his house. Let me give you a little story time. In like June, my dad got married to some crazy chick that I literally met once. And so things were like obnoxious, and like I did not ever want to go to my dad's house, but it was like 50-50 custody with him and my mom, so I still had to. I never was like really close with my dad, but then in about like October, my dad gave us like these horrible rules that were the most absurd things ever. And so me and my sister, one day while my dad was at Walmart, took all our stuff and ran our little booties over to our mom's house. And then we just stopped going to his house. There was like a lot more that happened in between that, but I won't say all of it. So yeah, we hadn't talked to our dad for like 5 months, and then recently he just reached out and said he wanted to like start a relationship with us. And we didn't want to do that. So he kept like just asking and asking when we would come back, and we would just like keep putting it off. But then today we got a text that his mom, also my grandma, died. And I was fine. Like, I was a little sad, but like, I only met the lady like twice whenever I was younger. But I still felt bad for him. And so he said it would make him feel better if we came and were like with him. Me and my sister were like, okay, yeah, we cannot make an excuse. Like, we kind of have to go. And so here we are. I'm not only going to his house, but I'm staying the night. But my room there is so empty because whenever we left his house, I literally took everything I owned with me. Also, it isn't just like the rules that made us leave. It was also just him. Like, he's done so many other things that I don't even want to talk about. Okay, I'm gonna pack an overnight bag and I'll be back.
Pray for me. Get ready with me while I tell you story time about this date from hell. So there was this guy that came into my place of work. I know this is kind of unprofessional for me, just ignore it. And I thought he was cute. So I was like, hey, like, do you have a girlfriend? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, well, do you want one? And he was like, yeah. And then I gave him my number. And that's, free game. And so he basically asked me on a date. And I said, yeah. Then I kind of got very, I got anxiety. So I was like, I don't know if I should go on this date. And it's not like I thought that anything bad was going to happen. It was just that I hadn't been on a date before that. Like, I haven't been on a date with somebody that I wasn't already dating. We went on a date, like, we were driving there to where we were going, and he started bringing out, some alcohol, and he started drinking and driving. And I have no problem with, like, people drinking. Like, I'm not a controlling person, but, like, don't be drinking and driving. You know what I'm saying? He kept going, like, do you want some? Do you want some? Do you want some? And I kept telling him no because, like, I don't know you like that, and so I know I'm not about to be drinking or get drunk. You know what I'm saying? And then he started calling me, like, saying that, he basically was saying I was bougie and that I was very judgmental because all I kept doing was, like, basically side-eyeing him. Because, like, what are you doing? Like, he's like, I just need to loosen up. That's why I'm drinking. Okay. So we get to the movies, and he pays, obviously. And he's like, oh, damn, these tickets, like, this shit is, no. We went to the concession stand, to get some stuff, and he was like, oh, do you want anything? And I said, no, I'm good. He's like, okay, I'm gonna get some popcorn. And then the man said the price, and he's like, damn, that shit is expensive. And then he looked at me, he's like, I'm not fake, like, I'm gonna say like that, that shit is expensive. At this point, he's like drunk, and we're watching the movie, and like, he's just like, you can hear him like talking to me like over the movie, like, that's how loud he was. And like, every time he like leaned to like a whisper in my ear, like, all I could smell was the alcohol. Honestly, I thought he was a really nice person. Like, besides that, I was like, like, he's pretty cute. Like, you're gonna have to go to part 2. I'm so sorry.